Hi everyone, welcome to God's Whistleblower, another session of God, Life and Politics. And today I'm going to share with you and 25 years of believing the God and Christ and the Bible, which is I came out of when I find out it's all been a brainwash and untrue. But I'm not talking about Christ is untrue, and also teaching of Christ being twisted in the Bible and only faction included in the Bible. And what I'm going to share with you, how do you know we have been brainwashed to believe man invented, God is invented by the man. It's nothing to do with the God. I want you to remove your belief when you have a time and think about, open your mind. God of universe, I want to start with you. God of universe is absolutely for respect. And respect, fairness, justice and peace. Nothing to do with the violence. Absolutely no violence. And having said that in your mind and thinking in your mind, have a good look at it. What's religion, so-called Christianity, or God of the Holy Book, and how you have been brainwashed to believe and follow. I try to share with you a few tips you can think alone and you can free yourself and have a good relationship with humanity as one, and you can have good relationship with the God of universe and as a true non-violence God of peace and love and justice. And if you are still believing the God of the Bible created by the man, not knowingly to you, and look at what's in the Bible. One thing is a bloodshed. Read from Genesis to the end, see how much bloodshed is being occurring. How many invasions of the other countries, how many lives been lost, and also, and all in the God's name, all under God's command. Those characters did so many wars and killed so many people, including little children and young men and women and older people. They all under commandments of God. And also it's another thing, it's eye-opener for you. Why, if a God is a love and peace and humanity, why he ground innocent children? Uncounted, millions, innocent children he ground. And he asks to parents to kill them. That's another way you can look at it. Help you to come out of violent God of the Bible. And the other thing is, he created the racism. He said in the Bible is, you are black because you are cursed. That really shows God is a higher standard. God is a real spiritual power, spiritual conscious, doesn't talk about like a failed humanity. Failed humans and disrespect of other humanity, they speak that sort of language. Black is a curse. This is in the Bible. God says black is a curse. And also the slavery. If you look at this slavery and very brutal and cruel things in what God did if that God existed. I just don't want you to confuse. God of the Bible not exist. It's invented by man. But if you think it exists, then you look at what's that God been doing in the Bible. Slavery. Slavery is the most brutal thing anyone can do to humanity, second to the killing. And then you look at how many women being abused and killed, and all the rapes under command of God. That's another way you can see God is nothing to do with any higher power or spiritual higher being. God is a law created by the group of low humans living in the gutter age of humanity. That's another way you can look at it. How you can ask a question yourself: how is God is a spiritual being with a higher standard? Why he this sort of things like a lowest human being? Lowest human beings you can find the better than God in the Bible. The other thing is he commanding to take children, take daughters, virgins, and throw into the other men so they can rape them. And so many things you can find. Another thing is lies, and he's saying created this world by 7 days. God created by 7 days. 6 days. 6th day he created the sun. I'm only talking about sun. 6th day of the 7 days he created the sun. That was about 6,000 years ago. The God saying this world 6,000 years old. But you need to study and open your hearts and mind, and we need to grow up as educated people. You have one life, one opportunity to help fellow humanity and this planet and the environment. And if there is another sun 6,000 years old, as example, as Aboriginal people in Australia, they has been living 35,000 years under the original sun. Under original sun, they has been living under 35,000 years. So where is the second sun God's created 6,000 years ago? I haven't seen that. Anybody seen the two suns? One 6,000 years old and one 35 and more. Because Egyptian, African, they've been living 63,000 years history they have. So original sun is a lot more than God's talking about. So let's talk about that. Also show those human beings created the God living in the very low standards and gutter age with a little understanding and knowledge. So another way for you to come out of the false God of the Bible or other holy books, and same time have a good relationship, respectful relationship with the fellow humanity and the environment. Another thing is they've been told, and Christ come. When the Christ come, he selected the people so-called Christian. To become a Christian, if you know what I'm talking about, if you ask an evangelical church, how I can become a Christian, evangelical church say, accept the Jesus to your heart. Accept the Jesus to your heart. Friends, this is a big lie. This is a big lie. Jesus talking about how humanity can improve, how human beings should improve. He talk about 147 of different things help us to help improve as a human being, raise our standard as a spiritual beings. He did not say, accept my name to your heart. It doesn't make any sense, doesn't make any logic, it doesn't make any common sense. Saying so, they created a very cheap religion. Doesn't responsible for anything, doesn't responsible for their action. Good look at the world today, and one part and the political parties and politicians they support. All warmongers, never speak for the suffering, never like everybody to have equal rights, equal conditions, never support everybody should have equal health care. They don't believe that. They believe some people should have health care, some people should die early. Same time they are the believers of the God in the Bible. That show about their standards, and those who created the God in the Bible, their standards, both standards equal. They have the same attitude and same conduct. Those who created the Bible as well as those who believe in the Bible today. Same people believe in the Bible and they treated the humanity so badly. Slavery is a one thing, discrimination is a other thing, and racism. Today is a bad virus. I mentioned the previous session. And so many things you could look at with an open heart. If you are really genuine person, if you really want to help your spiritual life to improve, as God expect, as Christ was expect, asks you to do, if you want to respect the humanity as same and equal, and if you want to keep clean hand, not to involve with or supporting any violence, political violence or any other, you can, you have an ability, you have a capacity. We are in the very bad world, and I'm speaking and sharing with you, same time I'm speaking to the power. And God and Christ expect and also said, when you come to know me in my teaching, when you come to know God through my teaching, you will be like me. It's your responsibility and duty to get hold of non-violence teaching of Christ, exist before the Bible, and follow Christ and becoming a stronger spiritual person and able to stand firm for what you believe and have a courage and strength to speak the truth to the power. God of the Bible, before I finish that I share again, God of the Bible is a fake, it's a political, corrupt political group of people living in the gutter age. They created that. And they created all the bad things against the humanity. And today is God is another thing, is money. They do anything to make money. Lovers of money. More billionaires, more millionaires, so many countless millions can't find enough money to have food on the table. But shameless is living human life, and so we need to have those qualities and human values we used to have. We need to stand up to the capitalism, and we need to demand, like Christ stood firm against the corrupt political power and religious power, and learn from him, and have access to God of the universe and grow spiritually and grow like a Christ, grow like a Gandhi. You can do better than them. And thank you for listening. God bless. Thank you for watching the God's Whistleblower. Please click on the subscribe button below, and I look forward to seeing you for our next session.